In this episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing episode 4 of The Offer, titled The Right Shade of Yellow. Now, I want to call this the Marlon Brando episode because actor Justin Chambers plays Marlon Brando, and the dynamic and aspect that he captures of Brando in this episode is truly phenomenal. He's maybe in it for a full 2 scenes. One where we're introduced why he wants to be a part of the Godfather, and there's another scene where he is at a restaurant speaking with Robert Evans. This entire episode was really, really good. It's close to 60 minutes long, or 63 minutes long, with the added behind the scenes at the end of each episode and the following what's going to happen in the next episode. This episode was interesting because we understood the dynamic of what Albert Ruddy is going through in his personal life with Francois, and then what he's going through trying to get this movie made. He goes behind Robert Evans' back to get the Bluehorn, Charles Bluehorn, who is the owner of Gulf and Western, who are funding this movie. And he's like, all right, let's get Brando. Well, they got Brando. And then Robert Evans doesn't like Al Pacino at all. Doesn't see him as a good actor, not that dramatic. But Francis Ford Coppola loves Pacino and wants Pacino and won't do the movie without him. So seeing Albert Ruddy run through the stakes of what he's capable of as a producer, what he's trying to do, trying to please everyone, but then yet not slowing down himself, is really interesting and shows the dynamic of what he's capable of as a character in this show. Goes to Bluehorn, gets approved, and just goes right behind Robert Evans' back. Robert Evans loses his shit, but hey, it's Robert Evans. Of course he's going to lose his shit. He's known for losing his shit. And it's just interesting because not only that, Francis Ford Coppola knows how he wants to make this movie. And then when they find out they lost the Staten Island house, and he barges into Ruddy's office, and Joe Colombo's coming out of it because Colombo gave Ruddy a pin that says Italian American Civil Rights League. All of a sudden Colombo hears this, and then you see in the next scene that Colombo and his men kidnapped and try and the owner of the house to keep funding or make the movie at this house. Ruddy sees this and is scared shitless. The homeowner is scared shitless, pisses his pants, and Ruddy's he doesn't understand what happened and what he got himself into. And Sinatra's character's in it, but he's still the asshole, and it's interesting. This episode was really fun to watch. The behind the scenes of what goes into of making a movie, especially the biggest movie of all time, The Godfather, is really, really interesting. Everyone gives a stellar performance as usual, and you see that. And the dynamic I did like about this episode was that you see Albert Ruddy trying to save his relationship with Francois. And not only that, but he's trying his best, but you see that she's constantly nagging, but she wants the truth. And during a session of therapy, between couples therapy, Ruddy tells her the truth. Hey, you wanted the truth, Francois? You got the truth. So, I can understand where he's coming from. If you're a producer, if you're a filmmaker, you just, have to focus on one thing. You can't have someone else in your life trying to do something. It's fantastic how this show is, and it runs for 10 episodes, and the season finale is June 16th, 2022. So I'm curious to see what the next few episodes are and will be, and how it plays out. Will we see the making of The Godfather through this, show and this mini-series that is happening, and to see what's happening with the gangster. The gangster part I feel was made up for this show just to give that tension, that Italian mafia feel to it, that mobster look, and that gangster feel to it, with the Joe Colombo, the Bravacci's, the Lucchese's, and the Gallo. It's interesting, and it's just adding that dynamic of throwing something in there for these characters to fear. And not only is Ruddy fearing them, but Paramount Pictures are fearing them. Gulf and Western are fearing them. They don't want bad publicity or backlash because they're making a movie, and certain senators are trying to, stop this from happening because the Italian, mafia, and Sinatra wants it stopped because of how it's crazy, and how much of it is true, how much of it is only made up for this show. That's what makes it so much fun. I absolutely love Miles Teller in this role. It's fantastic, and it's just going to get better from here. I love it and can't wait to see what happens next. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about episode 4 of The Offer, titled The Right Shade of Yellow. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? Did you like the dynamic of how this is only episode 4 and it's starting to pick up and get going, and we see how much stress the character of Albert Ruddy is going through, and what you think's going to happen to Ruddy? And we know the movie gets made, the picture gets made, but at what cost is my question. And how do you think the Italian Mafia will play into the story of the making of The Godfather? Let me know in the comment section below about the questions I just asked, and I'll see you guys in the next review video. And be sure you tune in next week for my episode 5 review of The Offer.